Welcome to the Listen for Life podcast with Genevieve Richardson. Genevieve is a speech-language pathologist rehabilitating adults with communication challenges after a stroke or due to a neurological impairment. Get equipped with knowledge from experts in the field and professionals you need to know. We'll hear stories and experiences from others who are navigating life with aphasia. So, put your earphones in and take a walk outside. This isn't just a podcast. This is a community, a resource, and a support system. We're in this together. Do life.
Good morning. Happy Thursday, everyone. Genevieve here, Life Speech Pathology. And can you believe how fast has this year flown? For me, especially these last few weeks, I can't believe it's Christmas. I only just started shopping last weekend. Talk about last minute. And wouldn't you know it, FedEx, their delivery today, oh my gosh, they couldn't even be bothered to call to get let in the gate. They just left packages sitting out at the street. So luckily, I have great neighbors that were able to intercept my packages and get them delivered safely to the home. So before we get started, I will share with you a poem, but first a story. I want to give a shout out to my mom. Hi, Mom. I hope you're watching. This is my Santa hat that started it all. This is my Dr. Seuss hat. And I figured as we are on the cusp of Christmas and Christmas Eve, I would wear this hat today. This is the hat that started it all. And what I mean by that is I now have a collection of 15 Santa hats. I tend to add one most years, but my mom started off this tradition. She got me this many, many years ago. And then I started just because it was fun and it's cold in December, wearing a different Christmas hat each day in December. So woohoo, thanks Mom for the hat. And this is one of my favorites. All right, here we are jumping into the poem. Now listen carefully. It's a twist on a favorite. 'Twas mere days before Christmas in each quiet room. Not a word was stirring in the soft evening gloom. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care in hopes that clear speech soon would be there. The families were nestled all snug in their beds while visions of communication danced in their heads. And Mama with her notebook and I with my app had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out in the world there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave a luster of midday to objects below, when what to my wondering eyes did appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver so lively and quick, I knew in a moment he must have a trick. See, I was defaulting there. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now speech, now language, now practice and visions, on comprehend, on express, on listen and decisions. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work. His movements were gentle, his demeanor no quirk. He spoke slowly, simply, making each word clear. Please be patient, he sighed. I'm trying, my dear. He wrote down key words, used visuals too, a nod of understanding as though he just knew. Talk to me, he gestured with a smile so bright. Not a shout, for my hearing was perfectly right. He stayed on one topic, his message concise. In a quiet room, his advice was precise. Don't assume I need help. Ask if you may. His respect for my journey clear as day. Don't finish my sentences. Don't interrupt, he reminded as he filled each festive cup. If you don't understand, please just say so. In his eyes, a spark of empathy did glow. One on one is best, he chuckled with glee as he hung each stocking with care by the tree. He showed respect, a true Santa's art, reminding all aphasia affects speech, not the heart. Then laying his finger aside of his nose and giving a nod, up the chimney he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim ere he drove out of sight, Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. So, what'd you think? How did you like my aphasia version of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas? Did you catch the 8 reindeer names? Here they are again in case you didn't catch them all. Speech, language, practice, visions, comprehend, express, listen, and decisions. Not the most inventive names, but they go with the theme. And I wanted on this eve before Christmas to reinforce some communication strategies to use when you are together with your loved one who has aphasia, whether it's today, tomorrow, Christmas Eve, or 10 years from now. These communication strategies do not change. They are the foundation of communication and connection. So here's 11 strategies. Are you ready? So, number 1 strategy: speak slowly and simply. Just a little bit of a pause makes a world of difference for the person with aphasia to understand. Stay on one topic at a time. This is tip number 2, communication strategies. Number 3, talk to me. I'm not invisible. Number 4, write down keywords and use visuals. What on earth does that mean? Well, if you've been listening to any of these episodes for the last couple of months, I hope you have an idea what that means. Visuals, write down keywords, having a pen and paper where you can get to it easily. Sometimes all you need to do is write down a keyword, a noun. A noun, just to remind you, person, place, or thing. A verb is an action word. Use visuals, use gestures, pick up things. If you're talking about cards, pick up your deck of cards. If you're talking about a pen, pick up a pen. Of course, all of this goes through the filter of who is your person with aphasia and what kind of support do they need. So moving on, tip number 5, communication strategy. Do not shout. My hearing is just fine. When you have aphasia, you don't automatically add a hearing loss with it. So there is no need to shout. Number 6, please be patient. I am trying hard. Number 7, don't finish my sentences or interrupt. That's a good one. Be patient. Give extra time. Number 8, ask if I want help. Don't assume. Number 9, do not pretend you understand me if you don't. Ask for clarification. Ask him to repeat or say, I think you're saying this. Am I right? And allow them the time and the space to correct their message. Number 10, let's talk one-on-one in a quiet room. Sam, I would love to hear what you have to say. How about we go sit on the couch in the living room? Number 11, please show respect. Aphasia affects my speech, not my intellect. So those are the 11 communication tips. But I know it's 11, right? That's a lot to remember. So I have a strategy for you, and it's just five main things to remember. And the acronym for this is CLEAR, C-L-E-A-R. And we've talked about them the last couple of weeks. So let's go through the 5 steps of the CLEAR strategy for communication strategies. Oh, that was very redundant. Sorry about that. Here we go. C stands for calm environment. Keep a peaceful, distraction-free environment. Easier said than done, I know, at the holidays. But if you're mindful of it, then you will find times to communicate and connect when the environment is more quiet. L, listen actively, show patience, give them time to respond, and listen with empathy. Be present is the other part of this that I would say. When you're actively listening, you're making eye contact. You're speaking one thing at a time. You're pausing. Wait for a response. Look at their body language and how they react. E in the CLEAR strategy is encourage nonverbal cues, gestures, drawing, writing out words, using pictures, whatever the case may be. A is adapt your speech, simplify your language, but never ever talk down to someone who has aphasia. Never use baby talk. You simplify your speech by just using very clear, direct words. Don't use, this is not the time to be pulling out those SAT vocabulary words when you're speaking to someone with aphasia. R is the last of our CLEAR strategy. Repeat and reconfirm. I'll say that one again. Repeat and reconfirm. Don't hesitate to repeat yourself. If you feel like your message wasn't received, say, I'm going to say it again. And then maybe you can simplify the message even more if that is what's necessary. Or reconfirm means, Bob, did you get that? Do you understand? Pay attention to their body language. Look at their eyes. See how they reacted to what you said. So, without the narration, I'm going to give you the 5 steps of the CLEAR strategy. C, calm environment. L, listen actively. E, encourage nonverbal cues. A, adapt your speech. And R, repeat and reconfirm. This is the CLEAR strategy. It works today, tomorrow, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and 10 years from now. Remember the CLEAR strategy. I want to wish each of you a very wonderful holiday, whether you celebrate Christmas or you celebrate in another way, or you just have time on your own, or you're surrounded by people that you know. Every day can be a holiday when we have communication and connection with others. Take this time to focus on your communication and connect with those around you. If you haven't picked it up already or downloaded it is a better way to say it, on my website at dolivespeechpathology.com, it is not too late to download your copy of Aphasia Conversation Pieces. These are documents that explain about aphasia and go into some of these communication strategies. This is a 4 independent page PDF that you can download and print out. Put one on your fridge. Put one on the mirror in the bathroom for when your guests arrive. Put one on the coffee table and switch them up throughout the year so that people that come to visit, when you have a person with aphasia, they understand more each time about aphasia, and maybe they'll pick up a new communication strategy. That's it, folks. Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas. Wishing you a wonderful holiday. Take care.
Thanks for tuning in to the Listen for Life podcast. We hope you feel empowered and supported. Head over to listenforlifepodcast.com to see the show notes with links and information from today's episode. Do you have a topic, a resource to share, or a guest recommendation? Inquiring minds want to know.